Alright, budget magic time. We are looking to combo off Paradox Marvel. And this hand is super bad. These are all cards we want in our deck, so we're going to mulligan. Also, our mana is horrible. This is actually better. Still awkward, but better. Lumbering falls to the bottom. So we get to make energy. We just need to find a Marvel. Canopy Vista for our opponent. Well, Sanctum. And let's just attune with Ether. Island. I think we take a island here. Pass the turn. There's an Ether Hub for our opponent. What are they up to? Servant of the Conduit gets some energy. Play an island. Play a Puzzle Knot. Sahili's Artistry, not too helpful yet. Hopefully we don't just get comboed off. If this is like a 4-color copycat deck, we could be in troubles. There's a Servant of the Conduit. There's Tradesman Inspector. And passes. There's a Marvel. Well, 1-2, play Woodweaver's Puzzle Knot. Get some energy. Play an Ether Hub. Get some energy. Pass the turn. Alright, so we have Marvel for next turn, which is exactly where we want to be, and we're not dead yet. And then we have tons of hits. We're a Paradox engine away from really comboing off. There's a Pima. Gonna pump up the dorks. Yep, so we're taking 5. Luckily, we're at 26. Or I guess our opponent could cast things. Looks like that's the plan. Another servant. So many servants. Alright, opponent passes. We get a Puzzle Knot. Well, play the island. Play Aetherworks Marvel. Pass the turn. See what happens. If we hit a Paradox engine, there's a decent chance we get to combo off next turn. And even if we don't, we should start to generate some sweet value. Tireless Tracker for our opponent. Plays a tap land. Yup. Goes to combat. And passes? Alright, well that's Aetherworks Marvel. And that's a Paradox engine. That's exactly what we were hoping for. Sweet. Rogue Refiner. So, play the Mountain. Play the Puzzle Knot. Untaps everything. Get some energy. Aetherworks Marvel gets us an Ether Tide Whale, which untaps everything, gets us back our energy, gives us another spin of the Marvel. Aetherworks Marvel gets us an Ether Tide Whale, untaps everything, gets some energy. Aetherworks Marvel gets us an Ether Tide Whale, untaps everything, gets us back our energy. Sahili's Artistry would be great. Sahili's Artistry, that's what we wanted. Choose both. So we create a copy of Puzzle Knot and Ether Tide Whale. Untap everything. Gain a bunch of energy. Aetherworks Marvel. Sahili's Artistry. Same thing. Copy of Ether Tide Whale and Ether Tide Whale. Untaps everything. Gets us even more energy. Look at this! Look at this! Aetherworks Marvel gets us a, I guess just Servant of the Conduit? That's not a great hit, but we'll take it. It's a creature. Untaps everything. Gets us some energy. Aetherworks Marvel gets us a Basker. Gets us a bunch of energy. Aetherworks Marvel. Did we play a land this turn? I can't even remember. I guess we take, alright, we'll take Rogue Refiner. Untaps everything. Gets us a bit more energy. Alright, drawing Paradox Engine is good, because we don't want to hit that. Another Basker. Gets us even more energy. Untaps everything. I think we are setting a record for most Marvel activations. Well, I guess we just take Ether Tide Whale. This does put our haste creature, the thing that gives everything haste, to the bottom. Marvel gets us an Artistry, copy Ether Tide Whale, and Ether Windbasker. gets us a ton more energy. And this should guarantee that we hit our haste creatures and just win here. Pima Ether Seer. Cast it. Untaps everything. In response, we pay all of our energy into this Ether Windbasker. This deck. Oh, it is so sweet. Look at this turn. So make it huge. And then we get all the energy back. So Pima Ether Seer enters. Gain 27 energy. Marvel. Now I don't even know if it's possible that we fizzle. Cast a Puzzle Knot. Now we just find the haste creature and win. Gets us some energy. Marvel. Gets us an Ether Seer. Pay all of our energy into the Basker. Oh, this deck is so sweet. We'll just go 39, so just in case something crazy happens. Basker. Now, we should be getting to the haste creature this spin, I think, or the next spin. There it is. Spontaneous Artist. Then we just give our huge Basker haste. And our opponent scoops it up. Oh, yes. That might be the greatest turn that has ever taken place in Ether Revolt Standard. Oh my god. I don't even care if the deck is good, because that is just so awesome. I don't know what our opponent's doing still. I think we're just going to run it back and hope to do that again, because that was pretty good. This hand, Puzzle Knots, Double Paradox Engine. I think we got to mulligan that. Aye. Okay, well hopefully we find a land. Puzzle Knot to the bottom. This hand could work if we draw into lands. Alright, there's a land. So, land go. That gets us to Rogue Refiner, or to Servant, which hopefully gets us to Rogue Refiner if it lives. Opponent has a Druid of the Cowl. I'll play the island, play our Servant, get some energy, pass the turn. Attune with Ether is a good draw here. There's a tracker. Going to start generating some value for our opponent. Tap land. Well, let's attune with Ether, get an island, play the island, play Rogue Refiner, another Paradox Engine, pass the turn. There's a forest for our opponent. What are they ramping into here? Ugh. There's Verderous Gearhulk. That is pretty big, and we do not have a Marvel. Pumps up the dorks. Well, we're going to take our beating for now. Gets in 4-5. Well, let's just Ether Seer. Up to 7 energy, pass the turn. We do not have a Marvel, though. And that could end up being a problem. Opponent attacks with everything. Let's just double block Tireless Tracker. Could be getting blown out here. Yep, there's the Stasis Snare. So, that is a blowout. Yep, so Tracker lives. We take a bunch of damage. Come on, Marvel! Lumbering Falls. Well, Woodweaver's Puzzle Knot. Servant of the Conduit. Lumbering Falls, pass the turn. 5, 9, 10, 11. So we do have to chump here. If they have removal, we're just dead. And that does it. Alright. Well, we need the Marvel. Hard to win without Marvel. And our opponent had a pretty good start ramping into the Gearhulk. Shock. Let's just run it back. Alright, we get to play first. And this hand is actually pretty good. Double Ether Hub's a bit annoying, but we can Ether Hub, get an energy. So we have to spend an energy here is the annoying part. But we get to attune, get a green source, and pass the turn. And we do have both combo pieces, if we can get things set up. Fortified Village untapped, and Thraben Inspector. I'll play the Forest, play our Woodweaver's Puzzle Knot. Pass the turn, up to 5 energy, 6 with the Ether Hub. So actually, we're doing alright, I think. Opponent does not attack. And there's a Servant of the Conduit. I'll Sanctum and pass the turn. Just sack our Puzzle Knot here. It says Tracker. Tireless Tracker. Plays a land. Gets a clue. Gets some energy. Goes attacking. Well, we take it. Crack our puzzle knot. Play an ether hub. Get an energy. And let's just marvel. Pass the turn. See what our opponent does. Ideally, we just live, and next turn we can cast Paradox Engine, and then try to combo off from there. Opponent plays a tap land. Yep. Goes attacking. Well, we take our beats. Down to 19. What's a follow-up from our opponent? Just going to pass. Well, let's marvel. Thankfully, we hit an Ether Tide Whale. Do they have a way to kill our Aetherworks Marvel? Alright, they're just going to Stasis Snare the Whale. That's not the end of the world. We draw another Marvel. Play the Island. Play Paradox Engine. And I guess we start doing stuff. Marvel. Hits an Ether Tide Whale. I don't think we can literally win here, though, because we have Spontaneous Artist in hand. That wasn't great. Well, we take the Puzzle Knot. It does get us enough energy to spin again. And if we hit a Saheeli's Artistry, well, alright, Etherseer gets us our energy back. Now if we hit a Saheeli's Artistry, we actually gain energy. There we go. That's what we needed. Now we get to copy Puzzle Knot and Whale. So we actually gain 3. That means another Puzzle Knot gives us enough. There's Saheeli's Artistry. Now we're all set, because now we get to copy the Whale and the Whale. The problem is we can't make mana. So let's just pass the turn. Opponent cracks their clue. I mean, I don't think this is going to matter. We can go off in response to a removal spell, and our opponent scoops it up. Whoo, this deck! That's exactly how we drew it up. Sweet. The first game, I think, was the all-time greatest turn of Aether Revolt Standard. You're not going to convince me otherwise.